today I'm going to be doing a drugstore highlighter showdown. So I have 5 highlighters here that I want to share with you. I'm going to share my thoughts, opinions. I'm going to just kind of tell you what I think. I'm not really going to rate them, like which one's best, which one's worst, because they're all pretty much good. There's not one that I really didn't like. So these are just like the drugstore highlighters that I have, and I just thought I would share with you. I have e.l.f., Essence, NYX, Makeup Revolutions, and Physcians formula. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's see here. One that I really want to talk about that is really hyped on YouTube right now is this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This one is in the shade Be My Highlight. Pretty sure this is one of the only shades. And it's just nice packaging. I feel like it's kind of like the base of it is kind of going for almost like the Becca theme highlighter. It's plastic, but you can really tell the top is plastic, but the bottom is a little bit more of like a tough plastic, which is nice. You definitely get what you pay for. This highlighter is $4.49 and you get 0.22 ounces. This highlight is a really nice highlight. I would say that if you want more of a subtle glow, I would go for this one. You can definitely build this one up, so it does look really pretty if you really build it up. But it is definitely more of a subtle glow, and it's harder to tell, I'm sorry, in these lights here, what it really looks like. But this is a really nice highlight. I do really like it. The only problem I have with it is you can kind of tell how it's a little bit more, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but I can definitely tell in person it's a little bit more of an orange shade, a little deeper. So if you have fair skin like mine, like if you have ivory or a little even lighter than mine, I don't know if you would really like this just because of how orange it is. And I've talked about this in a few videos, but it's a little bit too deep where you can almost see like a strip of dark on my face when I usually apply it. It like looks like a little bit bronzy and orangey in a way. So I feel like after you get past the first layer, it looks a little bit better. I'm gonna have 10 pounds of highlight on by the end of this video. But you can definitely, if you put on a little bit of a lighter shade first and then a lighter highlight, put this on top, it looks a little bit better. But it definitely, you can tell if you build it up on lighter skin tones like mine, you can definitely tell that there's like a strip of a little bit of a darker shade. So this is for if you are a little bit more tan and you would like a highlight that's pretty nice. One swipe and it's a nice like swatch. It's not outstanding highlight, but it is one that is really good, and I think you would really like it if you are looking for a good highlighter that is not too expensive, but does have nice, can you see my hair right now? But does have good pigment. Next up, I would say, let's talk about this. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. This palette retails for $6. This is nice, clean, sleek packaging. It's nice black, just says e.l.f. On the back it says Illuminating Palette. You get 0.56 ounces in here, but there's 4 different shades. Comes with a nice big mirror, and these 4 shades. These do pop out, so if you like have like the bronzer kit and you want to, I promise you they pop out, but I don't want to break it. If you have like the bronzer kit and you like kind of want to interchange shades, you can definitely do that. It comes with a more of like a yellow highlight, a pinky highlight, more of like a beige, and more of like a kind of like an orangey in a shade. So it does have good pigment payoff. I have mixed feelings about this palette. Ever since I've gotten it and I tried it, I haven't really wanted to reach for it. So I have the swatches on my hand here. It is nice pigment payoff and everything, and I really do like it. Like, you do like one swipe and it's a lot. Definitely the lighter shade, you can tell. It is kind of, well, they are kind of powdery. So that's one thing I would have to say. They are a little bit powdery. It's $6 and you get 4 different shades, so that's a pretty nice deal. You can definitely try out different shades, see which one's best for your skin tone. Personally, I just mix these 2 and a little bit of the beige. I don't usually use this orange one at all. The thing I have with this is when I put this on, I just dug my finger in it. It's really powdery when you touch it, which is a lot, like the e.l.f. Contour palette is just the same. I put this on, and it's not really like a highlight. It's more of like a, if you want like a highlight, this is not it. This is a subtle palette, and I think this is kind of why it's called more of the Illuminating. It's a little bit more of like a subtle glow. So honestly, I might put this shade like on my forehead to kind of brighten it or something like that. I wouldn't put like an intense highlight on my forehead, but maybe I would put this on there. So if you're looking for more of a subtle glow, you want to see which shade tones will kind of go with your skin, I would choose this one. But it's definitely not one if you want more of an intense highlight, or you're kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of powdery. They're nice. I do like them, and I like would definitely like recommend it if you want like a more subtle highlight. But I wouldn't choose this if I wanted an intense highlight and kind of wanted one that I knew that like a couple swipes and you're done. This one, if you wanted more of like a more kind of intense, you'd have to build it up, but even then it's not like a highlight. It's more of like a kind of like illuminating, a little bit of a powder kind of thing, if you get what I mean. So that's that. Next up is this NYX Illuminator, and this one is in the shade Ritualistic, and it retails for $8.99, and you get 0.33 ounces, so a little bit more than the Essence one. And this one comes in different shades. I know it comes, this is more they have a little more yellow tone, they have a little more pinky tone. This one is in Ritualistic. I've heard that the more pinky tone one is kind of a dupe for Champagne Pop. But I honestly am surprised at this highlight. Okay, so let's back this up. When I first got this, I swatched it, and I was like, oh, that's some pretty good, like, highlight there. Like, that's a good highlighter. And I would put it on my face, and I was like, that's a good highlighter. Why isn't it kind of hyped about a little bit more? And it's nice, and it's light. It's not too dark, and there's different shades. And I just, like, really liked it. And I was like, why isn't it really hyped? But one thing you can definitely tell is when you go and swatch like one of the Becca highlighters and then go and swatch one of these, you can definitely tell a difference. Becca is a lot more creamy, smooth, not creamy, but like smooth. This is a little bit more grainy, a little bit more powdery, but it does give a good highlight. So if you're wanting more of like a good highlight that's going to show, this one does have a little bit of a glitter in it. I do have to say that, a little bit of a sheen with some glitter. But if you want one that's a little bit more intense, that's really pretty pigmented and you can build it up, you could go with this one. I do like it. It is powdery, but that you kind of get what you pay for. You're paying $8 versus like a Becca one, which is like what, 30 something, 40 something, I don't know. So you definitely get what you pay for, but this is a good product. I really do like the packaging. It's just plastic, but it's pretty sleek. It just says NYX Illuminator on the front, and it is a really nice powder, and I do have to say I would give this like 4 stars. Next up is this Physcians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls Highlighter in Translucent Pearl. Doesn't even say highlighter. And it is 0.28 ounces. This one is a little bit more on the spendy side. It is $13.99. So this is technically not even marketed as a highlighter. It's marketed as a Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. And it's in the shade Translucent Pearl, and I just dropped the brush. So it's definitely cheaper packaging. I honestly like the Essence packaging better. It's a little cheap, and you got the little brush in the back. I don't know. It's just whatever. This one and the next one I'm going to share with you is going to be my favorite, or my favorites. If I want more of a subtle glow, I go with this one, even though it is pretty pigmented. It is pretty subtle once you swatch, like once I swatch it on my hand. Let's see if I can get a good. It is a little bit more, it's right here. It's a little bit more of a pinky tone. And it is subtle, but I really do like this one. If you, seriously you guys, I'm not kidding with the amount of highlighter I'm going to have on my face right now. If you just like, you can definitely build this up to being a nice glowy powder. It looks gorgeous. It's not too pink, it's not too yellow, it's not too orange, it's not too white. It's just like the perfect shade. And it says it's like translucent, but it's not translucent. It's honestly like really pretty, and it's probably one of my favorites. If I'm going for a little bit more of a natural look, if I want more of a Bam highlight, I'm going to share with you the next one. But this is a really great powder. It's nice. It is more expensive, but I definitely say it's worth it. When you buy it, there is a first layer that's a little bit glittery, but once you get past that, I really do like this. Drugstore highlighters, you do have to know that it's probably not going to last all day. One thing I noticed is this NYX Illuminator. I put it on in the morning, and I came back the next day and at night, and I came back at night and I turned and looked this way, and I could still see it in my bathroom mirror. So this one does stay on. And the next one that I'm going to share with you, which is the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick Radiant. This one comes in 2 different colors, and it is $7. There's 0.24 ounces in this. This is my favorite drugstore highlighter, hands down, compared to this one, but this one's more of a subtle glow. This one is absolutely incredible. Okay, you guys, you're going to be amazed. Just watch. So it's kind of like the ombre shade. Which high-end palettes do that? A lot of high-end ones do it. So it's like a lighter shade. There's like more pink, more of like a tan brown. This one's more kind of like a in-between kind of tan color, and then on the bottom it's a dark color. So this is like, okay, watch. This is the one I usually use. One swipe. Do you see that? This is called an intense highlighter. So you can swatch each individual shade. So this is perfect for a ton of different skin tones. If you need a dark highlight, you can use the darker shade. You can use more of a bronze, a lighter, a pink. I usually mix the top two. You can swirl them all like this, and you get this really pretty shade, except for I just got my white dirty now. This is just an amazing highlighter. Overall, it's definitely worth $7. And if you want a pigmented highlighter, you don't own this, you are missing out. Those were all of the drugstore highlighters that I have, that I've tried, that are powder. If you guys enjoyed this video, please thumbs it up and subscribe, and so you can catch all my other future videos. Let me know of your favorite drugstore highlighter that I need to try down in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.